Hi everybody, welcome to Broadway Speaks Out. I'm your host, Martin Gould Cummings, and today we are sitting down with Tituss Burgess, who is currently starring as Nicely in Guys and Dolls.
Well, I moved to the city 6 years ago from Georgia. I got a degree in music from the University of Georgia. Then I went to Florida for a little while to do some theater down there, got my equity card, came up here. And it was tricky at first because I had this sort of unique sort of sound. And so a lot of casting directors didn't know exactly what to do with me. But then things started to turn around. I got 2 readings back-to-back, Good Vibrations, which ended up being my first Broadway show, and then Jersey Boys. And so I did both of those in the same summer. I've been a very, very lucky man. And of course, The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid. Yeah.
The Little Mermaid.
Throw the Disney in there.
That was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. It's hard, living up to, or trying to live up to, animated characters because people have so much love for them.
Something that's so well known.
Yeah,
it's such a popular film.
And everyone has such ownership of the piece. So, but once I relieved myself of that type of pressure, I started to have a lot of fun. So it was really a wonderful experience.
And you're having a good time with Guys and Dolls right now.
Yeah, this is fun. That song "Rockin' the Boat" is something else. It's so odd. It kind of comes out of nowhere, and it doesn't sound anything like the rest of the score. Mm-hmm. So it's just sort of plopped, in. So I'm curious to see to know what Frank Lesser was thinking when he originally wrote it. Back in the 50s, because it really is sort of its own thing, and man, is it fun to sing.
Yeah.
The audience just sitting there and they're waiting for it.
And you're having a good time with you're working with people like Oliver Platt,
Oliver
right?
Platt, who really is a genius.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Lauren Graham, Kay Jennings Grant, and Craig Bierko. They're all awesome.
That's wonderful. Well,
and my pal Steve Rosen, who's my sidekick.
Oh, I saw him in Spamalot.
Yeah, he's
very
great.
funny. But, growing up in the South, and being gay and in the African American community and everything, you grew up in the church singing with your mom, and what is that like? What was that experience like for you?
If it weren't for music, if it weren't for outlets, I probably wouldn't be up here, But I think my mom is a wonderful, wonderful woman, and I came out to her when I was 19, 20, or something like that. And there's not a lot of she was totally wonderful about it. There's not a lot of open minds down there. Education is key. Exposure is what allows one to be open to something that they wouldn't normally be open to.
Yeah. And
a lot of people in the South aren't exposed to it, or at least don't consider it an option. Don't view it as a natural born into type of thing, which it is. And I think it's a tad tricky. You can either be a pioneer or you can be a follower, Yeah. And it takes guts to be yourself, period.
Yeah.
And then it takes guts to be yourself with all of these extra things that come along that don't follow the fold. I can't believe I just said follow the fold. That's a song in Guys and Dolls.
Full circle.
That's gross. that deviate from the norm. That's what I'm trying to say. That's hilarious. So I don't know. It was tricky. It was definitely hard. I don't know that I felt it as intensely as other people do. I didn't necessarily talk about it. I didn't necessarily flaunt it. I'm not the most flamboyant person, so I think I'd pass off as one of them, But when it was brought up, I would definitely tell somebody. I was not...
Good. I think that's how it has to be. Just being yourself and educating.
Absolutely.
Like you said, lack of education is the main thing. If there's just one little piece of advice you could give that 13-year-old or who's struggling with who they are, what would that one little piece of advice, not to put you on the spot or anything.
It's okay. All right, here's the thing. It's going to be scary at first. Figuring this whole thing out. It's going to be, it's not easy. But I do believe that for the generations that are, younger than we are, the 13-year-olds, 14, 15, whatever, things have shifted a little more. There's more, there are more gay people in the media, and the media induces how we see ourselves and how we view America and what we deem right and wrong. So I'm not saying across the board that coming out is going to be a lot easier, but I think the more we, us older folk, sort of stand up, be strong, come out, and own ourselves and own it, and make it known. I think it makes it easier for other people to do that, And I think it's a sort of a, sometimes it takes a village to raise one child. So I think we have to, sort of come together a little more and be a lot more open, a lot more public, have an ongoing dialogue about it to make it easier for these people. Because I know I didn't have anybody, that I was looking up to. I didn't see any real prominent African-American, masculine, gay men. There were none for me to model myself after, and there's RuPaul.
There's RuPaul.
But she was a bit of an anomaly.
It was an amazing show now.
She has an amazing show now. She has an amazing
Drag
show.
Race is so
absolutely. But I think we have to help them. We have to help them see that it is okay. We have to, find a vocabulary for them to use, for them to employ when it's time for them to have that talk with their parents. It just takes it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of being yourself is freeing. There's freedom in sort of not caring what people. You have to be informed as well about your community, about your surroundings. If your parents aren't having it and you have nowhere to go, just hang on for a second.
There are places.
There are places. But you need to. You have to set it up first. You don't just run off to college. You have to apply first to get accepted. So what I'm saying is you need to do your research. Find those hotlines. Find those shelters. Find those things if it's going to come to that before you decide to make a public announcement.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a lot of.
Yeah, no, it was great though. Very informative, and I think now if anybody's lacking a role model, you have it. You have it right here. And so back to some career things quickly, Guys and Dolls. Big revival this year. Tony Buzz.
Oh, I don't even. You know what? Here's how I look at that. My work will not change if people pay attention or if they don't pay attention. I take what I do very seriously. I take the message that I try to give very seriously. I don't amp it up if there's someone in the audience. I don't care. You'll get the same message that you'll get, that my next door neighbor will get when he just suddenly popped up in the front row and I didn't know he was there. So I feel that whole thing is extremely political, and there's a certain protocol and a certain something that I may or may not understand, but it is okay. And so I tend to shy away from talking about it because it means a lot and it means nothing all at the same time.
That it's about the work and
really,
and the characterization that you give, and not the awards or accolades that you give.
But at the end of the day, the hours that you spend in that rehearsal studio and the notes that you get and the things that you just can't change and the line readings that you can't seem to, it just go and do your job, collect your check, and get the hell out.
So Tituss also has an album, Here's to You. Check it out.
And I'm going to be doing a concert, at the Oak Room sometime in the spring.
I just went to the Oak Room the other day for the first time. I just walked into the plaza. I was like, show me the Oak Room.
Did you really?
I just walked in. It's gorgeous. I went with my partner's brother. We were walking by at like 2 a.m. There, look at that picture. So cdbaby.com, iTunes, download it. The Oak Room, when is that concert?
You'll announce the dates because I don't know.
I will announce the dates.
I
will post it everywhere. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's going to be a series of concerts, some jazz and some with my stuff. But just for fun. It's gonna be, I'm excited. The Oak Room's gorgeous.
But thank you so much for coming. Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you for coming to my apartment.
And check out Tituss at the Needle Theater. Guys and Dolls. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.